Hello everyone. Today I will be talking to you about this Van Cleef and Arpels installment in their collection Extraordinaire, which is Rouge. Rose Rouge. Yeah. Okay. Well, as compared to the other one in the same collection of Extraordinaire by Van Cleef and Arpels, Divani, Rose Rouge is comparatively less talked about on YouTube, I notice. So I want to dedicate this video to this beautiful fragrance here, which is under the radar. I am not so sure why there are so many videos made about Divani, yet there is so little. Maybe I skipped or maybe I overlooked, but I just couldn't find any reviews on this Rose Rouge by Van Cleef and Arpels. I am more than excited to give this one a try because I've always loved rose in a fragrance. Furthermore, this rose is not like the Jo Malone rose. It's nothing like that. This is also not the Chloe kind of rose. This is a very sensual, almost 4D kind of rose. It's a jammy rose. Now let's talk about the notes in this fragrance. There are quite a lot of notes in here. I can't remember each and every one, but I shall tell you about the notes that I've smelt in this fragrance. So upon first sniff, of course, you get the bergamot with the blackcurrant. So this has a little bit of berry-ish note in the beginning, but of course the blackcurrant note, although it's very beautiful, but it's quite fleeting, because the blackcurrant note very quickly gives its place to another fruity note in here, which is raspberry. Raspberry and rose are a very common combination in the fragrance world. So this raspberry together with the rose in here take the center stage of the early development of the middle note. However, do not mistake this fragrance as a very simplistic raspberry and rose combo. It's not so, because other than the note of raspberry, I do get a ton of beautiful, smooth base note, which include benzoin. And to be honest, I think I get a little bit of myrrh in here, although myrrh is not listed here in the note breakdown, but it's a very benzoiny, a very balsamic, sweet, thick rose with a little bit of fruity element by the raspberry. The raspberry is only there not to annoy you, but it's only there in the beginning stage of the middle phase of this fragrance, I feel. As the fragrance dries down some more, you will slowly get the beautiful sensual notes from the bottom, which include musk, but the musk is not really annoying, not the kind of like clean detergent musk. No, it's very toned down. I would say it's among the least featured note in here. The patchouli is not so strong. This is not a patchouli fragrance in any way I would describe. This is actually quite benzoiny, quite myrrhish, although the myrrh is not listed here in the note, but it is very uplifting. It's a romantic rose with a little bit of fruitiness, and it's quite sensual and romantic at the same time, as it is made more matured by the benzoiny note in here. And I want to talk about another base note that I really like, which is oak moss and also vetiver. Although the vetiver here is not really that brought out, I would say that this makes the whole fragrance not like a sticky gourmand, but it's rather dry. I think maybe because of the vetiver here used just in the right amount. And the oak moss in here The oak moss in here, I don't know, I quite like oak moss in fragrances. The oak moss in here doesn't make the rose here any dirty. No, there's no dirty element here. It just rounded up the whole thing and takes the fragrance to another level. It's not the common notes that you will get in most fruity fragrances, like the ones in Lazor, the Lancôme Trésor Midnight Rose. It is definitely not the case in here. Sorry, I have to pause a little while just now as the car just passed by me. And where was I? Oh, I was talking about the oak moss and the vetiver. So the two notes in there really bring out the adult element in this fragrance, and I really can sing praises about this fragrance because the projection is just nice. The projection is really nice. With the longevity, today's temperature is not overtly cold or overly hot. It's just like usual, 30 something degree in Malaysia, in the place where I live. And this fragrance just performed really well. It lasted so well on my skin and lasted pretty even better on my clothes. And the projection I tell you, the projection is not like the one that would suffocate anybody, but it's like a really soft, velvety, romantic rose, red rose, berry-ish rose around you. You are enveloped in that sweetness. It's not the kind of fruity sweetness, but there is a little bit of fruity in the beginning, but it's kind of like a very benzoin-y rose kind of sweetness, which is quite yes, it's very admirable, and it's one of a kind, I would say. There's so many raspberry rose out there, but I would say this is a grown-up version. This is like a glam-up version of all the raspberry rose out there, like the one by Lancôme, the Midnight Rose. That is like a teenager kind of perfume, but no, not a teenager, but like a younger woman. But this is like a successful, elegant young woman scent, not just any kind of young woman. So that's all for me. If you have tried this scent, and if you would like to share with me your opinions and your experience with this fragrance, do comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would love to see you again in the next video. Well, I'll see you soon. Bye.